We will continue our setup by opening the chat application. To do that, what we are going back to our OneDrive, and in the client folder, let's download the chat client zip. Okay. Um, Download. And then going back to our downloads folder, this is the chat zip that we have downloaded from the Google Drive. Let's extract it again to the same folder right now. Okay. Okay. And so this is our chat client, and similar to what we did earlier, we're going to open the um, code editor, another open window that is pointed to this new folder. And then for this client, what we needed to ensure is when we go with the run terminal, let's double check if we have um, node installed, um, node dash v. I have here version 14 and npm dash v. So that's version 6. If we don't have that in our machine, what we could do is go to the Node.js and download the version that you would want based on the OS of the machine that you wanted. So ideally, it's gonna be Windows installer that is on the MSI for the 64-bit that you have, if that's what's compatible, or you go with the 32-bit if that's what's in the version of your OS. Okay, we will skip this since we have it installed in our um, machine already. For the guide, let me open the client document. We will skip the sudo part and um, run npm install to make sure that everything is installed correctly. So in here, let me clear and then run npm install. This will initialize the folder that we have extracted and download whatever is required to help us run it. Once it's done, we did not do the scripts for suppressing the warning, so let's just ignore these. Um, Going back to the documentation, what we needed to ensure is for the env file to match the WSS details, similar to how we configured it in our WSS project. So I'm gonna open again the .env file of the WSS and ensure that the pusher app ID demo secret is the same with what we will use in our chat client. Opening the .env file, we will ensure that it's pasted. Okay, and then next is to double check the config broadcasting PHP. If it has this scheme, we will put it back to the HTTP. Okay. Let's go back again. Config broadcasting PHP, and then when we scroll, we will use the TLS false, and we will use the we will comment this one and run the host in 127.0.0.1, and the port is 6001. We put the scheme as HTTP. Okay, and then in the we are going to open the resources bootstrap.js and correct also the WS host. The second project, we go resources JS bootstrap, and in here we will change this to localhost. So that's 127.0.0.1. The WSS port we will comment for now. The first TLS we will set it as false. Okay, save. Skip the SSL part. And we run the web application. npm install, we have run npm run dev, and wait for it to compile properly. Once it's successful, then we could do npm php artisan serve, and we're going to open this port 8000 in another browser, if you may. And again, if there is a antivirus, let's add exception. Got it. And then in the same browser, as you can see here, the last subscribe is the private dashboard. And when we run, it's gonna be this in here. And if we do go inspect, we go with the public chat, and in the network we have this connecting to the unsecured localhost with providing our demo key. And then if we check in our WebSockets, we have here a new established connection to the public channel all chats, and when the user Michelle enters message, is anyone there, and hit send. This message is posted in the WSS before it got reflected in here, and in the logs we can see that there's a new event message recorded. On another one is while this is open, we check or open another in private window. It's Edge for the second user, or open the laravel web chat application again, go to public chat, and for the second user, we got another ID, another connection to the public chat. And if I send from here one, hello there, this message is also recorded in our logs here, and that message was reflected in our first user window, and a reply from Michelle is then reflected or posted in the browser of our second user, Juan. That is how we set up the WSS client in our local environment from the zip file that came from our submitted Google Drive file. Thank you.